Do you remember Mr Blobby? Yeah, from the 90s, you know. He was like this sort of fae or demigod, demi-demon that Noel Edmonds had summoned when he was doing some sort of cosmic ordering ceremony. Then he had to live in Noel Edmonds' house. And he sort of hung out with politicians and like members of the royal family and stuff like that, I think. Anyway, I was running out of ideas to use for YouTube videos this week, and so I thought I'd make a model of him, because, you know, it's sort of content, isn't it? That's what we're here to do. Mr Blobby seems to be gaining popularity again at the moment, because I think someone found one of his skins under their stairs or something and tried to sell it on eBay. So he's in the news, and even he was written about in the New Statesman, which I thought was maybe scraping the barrel. No more than this is so. I decided to make some miniatures because he was quite easy to make, because he's quite a simple shape, and I could do it quite quickly and then do a video about it, and then I don't have to think about doing another video for at least 6 days. So here we are, and we've started with the cube and then made it fatter at the bottom, because he's basically just a bowling pin, and if you use a subdivision surface modifier, it'll do all the curvy bits for you. This is Blender, obviously, the best one, and then you give him a little collar, because that can be quite easily incorporated into the body, and then it's quite simply the same tricks again for arms and legs. You make them as like cube shapes, and then you make them into a rounded cube shape. Look, that's the legs, and then we're going to have the arms as well. Any second now. Ah, here we go, there's an arm. There you go, I'll stretch it out. On any other model, this would be like the preliminary blocking out work that would be just done beforehand, and then you'd texture it later. But with Mr Blobby, it's the whole model. And eyes, the eyes are quite straightforward. The nose, he has tiny nostrils, which will not come out on the 28mm scale model. You'll see I've gone split screen here so I can get different views of everything, and now you don't really know which side of the screen to look, but you know, that's just life, isn't it? Here's his mouth, here are his teeth. It sort of makes moving his teeth around a bit easier if you can see it from two sides, I suppose. There's loads that's cut out here to make it look easier, and there's the teeth. These aren't lined up in that picture, I'll do that later. And then I tried to give him eyelashes, and they came out a little bit horrible, so I came back to that and gave him a bow tie, because bow ties are quite easy. I don't know what to say about this apart from it's a bow tie. This was like an hour's worth of modelling to make Mr Blobby, and later on you'll see I had a load of arms and weapon options. Here we go, here are the eyelashes, they're curves, dragging and replacing them and moving them around, and then sort of scaling them and stuff like that to make sure they all fit. And that is it. That is sort of what Mr Blobby looks like in enough detail there. I thought about doing the spots, but I'll paint them, that's the thing to do. Then it's off for a quick print. There you go, off the build plate, chuck them in the thing, give them a bit of a wash, then bring them out, give them a bit of a dry, and pull all the supports off. They print quite easily actually, and the supports come off really easily because they're quite round, you know, no sort of weird bits. And that's them, there you go, you can see them. I gave them a range of weapons because it's Mr Blobby. What game exactly are you using it with? Maybe Stargrave or some sort of primitive, or perhaps something like that in Frostgrave, I imagine. So I included some fantasy weapons. I've got detachable arms, so there's loads of arms with different guns on it that I just dragged and dropped them from other stuff that I did, because this is maybe, let's call it, it's just a quick thing, you know, it's just something fun. It's Mr Blobby, isn't it? Who wants this? Possibly nobody wants this, but there they are in all their outstanding natural beauty. And I painted them, and the only bit of painting I could say is important is I used a little paint dipper. This is from Mariah Elizabeth one, who's like an actual popular YouTuber that my children like, so I stole it off them. And here they are, spotted Mr Blobbies, ready to kill. That one's face went wrong, but the other ones came out almost acceptable. You can get them on the website and all those places, like printed, or print them yourselves, or even on eBay where I've pasted them. And I've even put a big one on eBay if you want one for your shelf, you know, to show your friends and show off how cool you are. There you have it. They're the miniatures I made. They're quite good, aren't they? I will give them to someone to, not you, someone I know, maybe you. No, I will give them to someone to use in a game sometime soon. Like the video, follow me around, press the bell, it makes no sound. Like the video, press subscribe, I don't know why I am.